and Miss Cabral is asked to be in Fashion Week. Now, I mean, I don't want to be a snob again, but I don't think this is like, Lisa Rinna walking in Dennis Basso show with like, where we have Kourtney Kardashian in the front row, although Kourtney can't be bothered with Fashion Week. I mean, this is, like there's Fashion Week and then there's Fashion Week. But hey, let's be proud of Bougie kids. But I love that she's talking about this and that. And Teresa reminds us, okay, everybody. Miss Teresa reminds us that she used to be a buyer at Macy's. We knew this. And she majored in fashion. And she is a fashionista. And she would like to know, why does Miss Cabral not know the fashion terms? She holds something up and she says, when I worked at Macy's 3 decades ago, this was called a piece that we could sell for every season. It is, uniform. It is not trendy. And that is what you want. So Teresa, God bless her soul, thinks that she's adding value here to Danielle Cabral in Fashion Week. And she wants to know, why does Miss Cabral not know these fashion terms? Miss Teresa Giudice is going back to her roots. Fashionista, fashion degree, and schooling, Miss Cabral. Learn your fashion terms, darling, before you walk onto the stage at cross the bridge and walk onto the stage at New York Fashion Week. Now it comes up that she was set up by Teresa and Aiden to reveal that Melissa kissed Nick in the back of a car. Well, Danielle Cabral, if I am over talking about it, because God knows I talked about it till I was blue in the face, I want to kiss Nick in the back of the car. Fuck these house husbands, other than Evan in New Jersey. Get some talent there, people. Bring Nick onto the show. Oh, well, I'm over talking about it, but apparently we took a hiatus in New Jersey and now came back. And this is why everyone's bored, because we're talking about everything from last season. Baby mamas and private investigators and Marge the Saj. Two things get to be true. We could love having Melissa's old nose on the podcast. And yes, Marge could be responsible for a lot of the toxicity in New Jersey also. By the way, we will always have everyone who is on brand on this podcast. It is not up to me to decide. For everyone asking, when am I going to have the Marge people on? Slip into my DMs. You got some bloggers out there that were paid by Marge extensively for months and months and months that are also going to be mentioned in People magazine. I would love to have them on. My, I had on Penny. I had on Jackie Robinson Beard. Jackie and I became very good friends. I love my Miss Robinson Beard. She don't got nothing good to say about Messy G. But anyway, I digress. So Danielle apparently is not over the fact that she was set up by Jennifer and Teresa to reveal that Messy G kissed Nick in the back of the car. Danielle, call me, girl. I'm over it. I'm bored of that. Last season. Meanwhile, Messy G and Jennifer Aiden are going to get to know each other better. Let's try again. Just because you're Teresa's best friend does not mean we can't be civil. They go to Lefke's. I've been there many times. Not my favorite place. You know who loves it there? The Marge. Miss Marge loves Lefke's. It's like in her backyard. I'm shocked they didn't run into the Marge there, the Sarge. It's her way, guys, or it's the highway. Kind of like Marge's new decor. It's not my style, but lots of color there. I'll do a before and after of my apartment in New York when it is finished, which should be soon. Well, they have lunch and we learn that Jennifer Aiden has a limp dip. Honey, there are pills for that. And it's not just Viagra anymore. There are a lot of pills for that, Jennifer Aiden. She has a limp dick for Josefina Gogacita. She will not be fucking him tonight. But they agree, girlfriend, let's just be happy with each other when we see each other. And they agree. Now, at one point, Miss Aiden said that Joe Gorga was an asshole to Melissa, right to her face. Now, Aiden, Miss Jennifer, I don't know if that was the best. Here you are, you're breaking bread with Melissa, you're dipping it in the olive oil. It's a Greek restaurant, it's little pitas. Girl, I don't know if you should call Josefina Gorgasita an asshole. I understand why you did. You had a smackdown throwdown with the plastic cups at BravoCon, girl. That ain't helping your case. That ain't helping his case. That ain't helping the franchise's case. It is toxic and the reunion is canceled. I don't know if you guys know, but this podcast talks about so many other things besides Housewives. We talk about so many other things besides Bravo. Should Sarah and I do a third show a week? We have two shows. Should we do a third show a week and talk about pop culture? Like Alec Baldwin and Hilaria have their own show now. Taylor and Travis, Jennifer Lopez canceled her tour. Every time we talk about little pop culture stuff, you guys seem to flood the DM. So Sarah and I haven't really run this by her, but should Sarah and I do a third show a week and talk about pop culture? I kind of ran it by her, but I think she thinks I was kidding, but I'm not kidding. So how about that? We will never be all Bravo. We never have been all Bravo. We have plenty of interviews. We cannot have a new interview for the next 4 years, and I could just issue repeats of old interviews. Please listen. We're not all Bravo, but I don't know what podcasts are going to do that are all Bravo. I said this from day one. Anybody with Bravo in your title, on your Instagram, your Twitter handle, or your podcast. Now, if you have a podcast that never trends, and it only trends when you talk about New Jersey, you have even bigger problems. If it's like you talk about this and that and nobody gives a fuck and two people listen, then you talk about New Jersey and people listen. Or you post something on your Instagram, you get a lot of likes when it's New Jersey. Otherwise, 3 likes. Girl, although my Instagram has been you know what? Scratch it. Who cares about Instagram? Because my Instagram has been shadow banned forever. Care about the downloads, and those are just fine over here behind the velvet rope. Well, if you are just talking about Housewives, if you're just talking about New Jersey, you better have a 5-year plan, because that's as long as we got here. We'll get into that soon. Okay. Not us. We were never just Bravo, nor will we ever will be. Now we have a party. Teresa learns that Marge will not be at the Bougie brunch. She is very excited. Teresa can't even help it. She just hates. I think she hates. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb. She didn't speak it to Messy G or her brother, but I actually think she hates Margaret more than she hates Messy G. I mean, she hates Josefina Gorgasita. I think she hates Margaret more than she hates Messy G. Think about it. Does Teresa dislike Messy G or Margaret more? I really think Margaret. I said this before and everyone was like, what do you mean? I think Melissa's having a good season. Not that she's doing a lot, but they're really letting her just chill. I mean, it's an easy season for Melissa. Which doesn't mean she's interesting, but I mean, she's not. Something about Melissa is not bothering me this season. I don't know why. I like her, but I have other people that are bothering me. They have the Bougie brunch. Anyone interested in the waiter? Because I am, who's really fucking cute. Not the second waiter, the first waiter. Ladies, may I take your order? Court is in session, ladies. Ooh, he was cute. Teresa and Melissa don't even sit at opposite ends. I mean, she sits at the end. Teresa, Melissa isn't even at the total opposite end.